Well, I mean, I said I was just almost at 40 hours, but when you count my other save file of expert mode, that was like 30 hours. I guess I've now got like 70 hours in this game, basically. It is a really fun game that way. What I got? Silver Bangle, Magic Bomb, Elheim Resistance. Cool. Alright. I was certain this day would see our resistance falter, and it would have indeed done so if not for your efforts. There's a debt I shall repay with my life. Now come, let us topple Zenoiran's grasp on this land together. Here we go. Vanillaware. Alright. Let's go station him down here, right next to where I recruited him. Have I not repaired this place? Well, now I certainly can. Always like to station people next to where I recruited them if I can. Thank you for helping us, kind strangers. No problem. It'll get me resources over time anyway. No, not the armor. Actually, is there anything important? 10% HP when using active skill? Sure, I'll take it. Magic defense. Oh, and they give you a mix of physical attack and magic attack. Sure, I've got lots of monies. Let's buy them.
A fine choice.
Cool. Okay, station a guard. Vanillaware. I'm chilling here now, man. Have I gone to this? I guess I have, yeah. Zenoiran conquered Elheim. Some of my fellow elves attempted to flee the forest. Wonder where they are now, and if they still live. Well, I'm gonna go around recruiting a whole bunch. I cared not for the wider world when our village sat peacefully on the border with Cornea. And now that Zenoiran holds the world in an iron grip, am I finally curious about what lies beyond Elheim? Grim irony. I say some of Zenoiran's squadrons employ common brigands in an attempt to terrorize us. These are no low they won't stoop to. I see you're with the Cornean Liberation. My apologies for not recognizing you sooner. Embarrassing as it is to admit, elves like me have a bit of trouble telling one human from another. Your elves from the next village over were dragged from their homes by a pack of horrible bandits. To be honest, I've barely slept since. You never know what might be next. Also, I'm just now remembering, like, the whole thing about with the support conversations, the rapport conversations. Should I look up where I was at in my expert playthrough and, see what ones I've seen before, what ones I haven't? Sounds like it would take a decent bit of sorting out. Wind arrow. Hold on. So, Vanillaware here. You have a great wood bow for physical attack, magic attack. Let's see here. So, yeah, you're already promoted. So, wind arrow, attack a single enemy, inflicts evasion minus 50. 75 and 75 for physical and magical potency. Okay, neat. Level 20, you'll get Mystic Unfurl, add magic damage, 50 potency to an ally's attacks. Okay. Icicle Arrow, attack 2 enemies, inflicts freeze, and still 75-75. Nice. Cure, activates after an ally's debuff. Remove all debuffs from an ally. Ally? What the heck? Grants the target immunity to 1 debuff. Okay. Activates after being healed. Restore minor HP to all allies. Removes all debuffs. So, like, if I give someone a first aid kit and tell them to heal you specifically, you'll just heal everyone then? Activates at the start of battle, grants all allies a buff that negates a single debuff. Merciful Rain. Okay, yeah, we saw that in the last battle. So your only actual healing thing is if you get healed yourself. Which means I gotta figure out some sort of setup there. Most long-range magic attacks can remove allied debuffs, making them effective versus shamans. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, range assist. Precise and defensive. Weird. Oh, there's a play voice button.
Have you need of my bow?
Cool. Alright. Neat. You want some crap? Oh yeah, I still have the ruby pendant. I have a spare carnelian and I never gave it to someone. Here, just take this. Take some damage, I guess. Oh, some damage like this and some damage like this. Just for something basic to slap onto you for now. And I'll figure out some proper squads factoring you in sometime later. I'm not gonna rearrange everything. Here, just go chill in there. It's where I have a spot. You can chill in there. And now I don't have to worry as much about this squad falling. Could do with someone more defensive in there, but oh well. What do you want? Hey, look, I just got promoted. Oh yeah? What's that mean? You really don't know? It turns you into a stronger version of your normal class. It also gives you more room to grow and lets you learn new skills while you're at it. Every single one of my units is promoted. Wait, are you saying you're stronger than me? Yep, from now on, you'll be following my every command. Now go buy me some elven confections, and that's an order. Just using me as an errand boy. Maybe if I got promoted at a fort myself, yeah, that would definitely be worth the honors. Hold on a sec. You already did it too? Pretty good, right? Once you get promoted, you can make all the lesser classes buy you stuff. It's rubbish and she knows it. Though, I should try it too, just in case. Better than ever. Cool. Yeah, so just a quest to introduce promotions, I guess. I'm gonna buy myself a promotion once I've saved up enough honors. Till then, suppose it's my errand duty. I don't think that there'd be anyone left to recruit that would be unpromoted. I guess I can't talk to her anymore. Advanced class, must be nice. Oh, sorry, if you want to really boost yourself, stop by for it and pick promote. It'll cost you though. I've saved up plenty of honors working as a merc, but it's still nowhere near enough. Yeah, unlike ours, the arrows loosed by elven archers are imbued with magical power. I believe they prove effective against classes like hoplites with low magic defense, but I can't guarantee that myself. Yeah, well, that's how I'll use them. My twisted expression. Have you never seen an elven mercenary before? Because I must put food on my table. I know you humans do much the same. So my brethren have taken to selling their steel to the highest bidder. It's a notion far beyond my ken, to be frank. Ooh, what's this? There's a fine shard. Cool. Oh yeah, did I ever get that like really cool shield? I didn't. I'm fairly certain I can afford it now, thinking of divine shards. I'm gonna go buy it. I not assign it to anyone for a little while, but wait, I did buy it. Wait, yeah, it says held, none in stock. I have it around somewhere. Where the heck is this thing then? What? Am I blind? Not a heavy shield, is it? It is a heavy shield. I thought it was a medium shield. Whoops. Yeah. Law of physical defense, debuff immunity is nice. Maybe I'll keep my current base PP up 1. 40% guard rate it would add, bringing my guard rate to 86%. I'll assign that later. Actually, what do you have right now? A little bit more critical rate, 32% guard rate. Why don't I just do this? More defense, more guard rate, and debuff immunity. I just don't get the crit plus 4%. But that, how much of a difference does a 4% more chance to crit really make? Here you go. You get the thing. Cool, make that squad even better. All right, where the hell am I going now? Let's look at my little thing that I made. So I wanted to recruit all the elven archers to kind of have them in a row. So next on my list was Galadmir. I don't think the order here matters that much as long as it's just like the 3 elven archers in order. So you are apparently over here, Galadmir. So like, can I even do this yet? I might not be able to. Now travel to this location. I've been there. Okay. So, I mean, I think if I do the main quests, it's not going to recruit any more kudos. Velda, Guardian of the Fae. Well, if I refer back to my thing. Because, like, I got Eltolind. Raylanor was that fencer that traps me in if I do that thing in the castle there. So by doing these main quests and unlocking that area, I should be able to get up here? Probably do that in a hot second. First, I should check. I probably have some... I do have a few things to do here. Oh, facility's not been registered. Yeah, I have some rapport conversations that I can do. So let's do them quick. Yeah, between Elaine and Joseph. I ended up eating some meals off camera that built up a whole bunch of rapport. And I was like, well, this happens really fast. I can just like eat a bunch of meals on camera from here. But I did unlock a bunch of rapport conversations with like the initial Cornian group by just eating food together. Are you all right, Your Highness? I am. Merely a headache is all. You're not, Joseph. I intend to be off to bed any minute now. I wish that were true. The maps and tactical reports in your hand appear to speak otherwise. What manner of leader would I be should I only rely on the knowledge of others? Sensible one. considering the alternative outcome. Clearly need your rest. Don't do this. Who will? Listen to me, my prince. Say this not as your advisor, but as the father given care of you by Queen Elenia. I cannot bear to see you suffer like this, to watch the fits of pain cast across your face. I'll not put you through it any longer. I only ask that you help me to my tent in return. As you wish. Pray, come with me. Are you warm enough, your highness? I am. Feels as though I'm a child again. Under your attentive care as I was for so many years on Polevia. Yet you've grown much and more in the time since. Stand taller now, kinder. True leader, beholden to none but your own command. Be assured in that growth, and let your worries be washed away by the gentle tide of sleep. Thank you, Joseph. Even in slumber, I can still see echoes of the boy you once were. How foolish I was to refer to myself as his father. I am the blade of the royal family, nothing more. I don't know, you're basically like closest thing he has to a father figure, right? I am curious, is there another following conversation? With, oh yeah, there's one at each of the levels. Okay. This is the one where the facility had not yet been registered. Oh, I have a thing here. What? Why do I have all these? Holy crap. When did I get these and not notice? Sure. Let's have a look-see here. It's rather strange we first met in Cornea, Oculus. Angels such as you are almost never seen outside Albion, if I understand correctly. You do. Then what was your reason for leaving, if you don't mind me asking? Ever since I was a young girl, I couldn't wait to be rid of my home. Thus, when the opportunity arose to work for the Orthodoxy, I took it, and traveled the world's churches under orders from our pontifex. Despite my relative inexperience, everyone met my arrival with such incredible warmth. None more so than Sharon, with whom I quickly became remarkably close. Yet that cheer turned to despair upon my return to Albion. As I told my parents of my newfound friend, they greeted the news not with joy, but with anger. Berated me for ever presuming to make company with a human. I failed to understand. Was the very pontifex they revered not the same race as she? I'm also now noticing, like, the angel characters have wings on their head, too, kind of like the High Entia from Xenoblade Chronicles. Then the basis for which you fled your home was be free of the intolerance my parents espoused. Long had they warned me of the dangers of humankind, but I simply couldn't bring myself to share in their bigotry. Though it was only after their condemnation of Sharon that I finally decided to sever ties. At which point I returned to Rodmort to live in the manner I believed in. That must have been a difficult decision to make, Oculus. Even if you felt it to be a warranted one. It was. Of course it was. But I knew if I stayed, I would merely be subjected to more of their despicable slander. While Sharon cared not for a person's race or upbringing, and would gladly welcome any who arrived at her door. It is her greatest virtue, Elaine, and a fatal weakness should it result in her being taken hostage again. Which is why I must always stay at her side, to excise the buds of her doubts before they ever blossom into full-grown roses. I'm more than certain you'll do just that, Oculus. Interesting, so we got some backstory with that one. Let's see here. There was some more down here. Alright, we can do the one with Renault. Let's have a look-see here. Hello there, Renault. Regarding our training earlier. Your Highness, please. You ought not to make a habit of engaging me in conversation. I fear you may mistakenly be struck by a stone originally intended for me. Someone has been casting rocks at you? Not yet. Many in these lands surely harbor great resentment for the deeds I've committed. Should a stone come your way, I shall parry it, and advise the culprit to never do such things again. Nobody deserves to live under the constant threat of attack, Renault. That includes you. Forgive me the impudence, Your Highness. but at times that kindness is akin to a thorn in my heart, driving itself deeper with every word. Save your sympathy for one who's worthy of it, rather than waste its blessings on a man such as I. We're plagued by guilt, I see. Yet you, Renault, did nothing wrong. Perhaps not consciously. I can never forgive myself for the sins committed in my name. Now allow me to do so in your stead. You stand at my side. I want you to think only of what's to come, and forget in full the wrongs of your past. Why are you doing this for me, Your Highness? As I'm certain you're aware, Zenoiran's magic robs its prey of their very lives. Yet those afflicted are not at fault for what transpires under evil's grasp. They too are victims, in a sense, and I refuse to abandon them as the rest of the world has. No, I wish to help. Understand, Your Highness. I shall respect those wishes in whatever manner possible, and in your presence, I shall once more serve as a knight of my people, just as I did so many years ago. Nice. Alright, let's see here. Whoa, I actually have enough honors now. Hold on, let's have a look-see here. Because now I can expand units with, I don't know. Start moving down into this squad, but I don't know who I'd shove there. It's the case. I don't know. Like, it's not like I can put any more units in. I've used up my whole capacity. I mean, I can always swap around who's where and stuff. Yeah, I should just do this or something. I'll kind of go across and then start going down. Get this area here first, kind of. I don't know. I don't know, man. Alright, cool. Could I No, I probably couldn't realistically take on something like that. I mean, maybe if I'd, like, really cheese it. But, I mean... Let's see here. Scarlet and Lex. Have a look-see here. Chloe. What's wrong, Chloe? Is it pronounced Chloe or Chloe? I think that they said it as Chloe, right? Sorry, Lex. There's nothing to do. Now, Chloe. Is that any way to support a friend? Does it smell, Scarlet? Beef and goat milk stew, of course. Chloe taught me how to make it. Some stew, huh? Wait, did you say you made it? Don't worry. I followed the recipe exactly like she told me. It might just be the best thing I've ever cooked. I think I'll call it the Scarlet Special. What do you think, Lex? You finally see me as the culinary goddess I am? I know. You can't judge it until you eat it. But of course, did that basically kill Chloe? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the smell's more than enough to scare me off. Hey, Elaine, you've got to help me. Some friend he is. For all the trouble I went to making this for him, too. Utterly rude. You won't run from me, will you, Lex? No, I think you won't be running at all. When did you get so strong? Now open wide. No stew. Anything but the stew. Ah. That was some dream. Oh, Lex, just the person I was looking for. Stay away from me, monster. Also, the cutscene that we saw when we took on the final battle early, where some other spear had, like, inhabited Scarlet's body, apparently there's, like, some... Is it library? If it's archive? Is it... Hold on. There's some thing somewhere. Class registry, this. Where you can view all the classes and all the people that can, like, be in it. And there are some people that you've yet to discover that... Would this even be? What? Weird. That get added into the registry. So yeah, Elaine is the only lord. But Elaine and someone else are high lords. And when it comes to priestess... Let's see here. Where the heck? Where the heck? Or high priestess. Yeah, because in this save file, I didn't take on the final boss early. Even just dipping in and out I don't have her registered. Because that's who that would be. So, sucks to suck for this save file, I guess. Something, I don't know. How you ever change that. So, yeah. Virginia, and I assume that that would be, what's her face, Elenia? So, yeah, anyway. A little fun fact about that. Let's see here. Scarlet and Chloe. Seems to be down over here. Yeah, let's see it. Let's do a whole bunch of these conversations. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I almost forgot we're at war, staring out at the water like this. Me too. Been too long since we've had the chance to breathe, you know? Has. Listen, Scarlet, you don't need to spend the entire time pouting just because His Majesty declined your invitation. That's not... I know he's busy as well. I still can't believe he would turn you down so easily. Would you like me to yell at him for you? You don't need to do that, Chloe. Though, I do appreciate the offer. It just makes me feel a little anxious sometimes. Understandably so. Things are nothing like how they used to be on Polevia. Polevio, I don't even know. It was so easy then. So fun. Now here he is, marching us on to a brighter future. I'm struggling just to follow in his wake. Enough of this modesty, Scarlet. You have a beautiful heart, pure and clear as this very lake. And one of these days, His Majesty is going to realize that. If we're talking beauty, I think you have me beat, Chloe. Huh? You know, I'm the one who's supposed to be consoling you, right? Anyway, care to eat something? I packed a nice big lunch for us before we left. That would be lovely. Alright, honors times 2. Alright, yeah, let's just get through these conversations. Okay, that's done. Okay, so it doesn't list ones where it's like, you can't do them yet. It just shows the ones that you can do. That is nice. Alright, let's see here between Lex and Joseph. This was one that I think we saw in the expert mode playthrough, right? It's looking familiar. Surprise indeed, Lex. Grown far quicker than I had previously thought possible. Yeah, maybe. I'm still nothing compared to Elaine. You shall ever match His Highness's innate skill, yes. Such was the case with his mother before him, and her father before her. Didn't realize it ran in the family. Can I ask you something, Joseph? Why'd you ever agree to start teaching me all those years ago? For all you knew, I was just the kid of some local fisherman. I felt His Highness needed someone to train with, and you were the ideal partner. After all, healthy competition shall spur both sides on in equal measure. And of those living on this island, only you were close enough in age and stature. Guess that makes sense, yeah. Yet you've become much more than a mere sparring partner in recent years. You are His Highness's greatest friend, Lex, the one he trusts above all others. Even you? That's kinda hard to believe. Besides, he's got a whole damn army now. Not sure he'd pick a fool like me over any of them. You're no fool, nor is military might a fair measure of trust. What matters in a friend is knowing they would sacrifice everything to come to your aid. And one that would is a treasure most irreplaceable. You have been that friend to him for many years, Lex. All I ask is that you continue to do so. Oh, you make a guy blush when you put it like that. Trust me, you didn't even have to ask. Merely thought to return your ample sincerity and kind. I think we saw that one during the expert mode playthrough, right? I think. Alright, let's see here. Well, let's get this one here. And where the heck? What? Oh, up there. Okay. So confused for a second. Pass through. Let's see here. Yeah, time for a whole bunch of conversations. Can I ask you something, Lex? Why do you only sneak food out when I'm on cooking duty? Isn't it obvious? It's because you're the best chef we've got. We never have enough for seconds, so this is my one shot at getting a few extra bites in. Well, maybe we would have enough if someone wasn't stealing rations before we even sat at the table. Oh, I never thought about it like that. Still, I can't blame you for being hungry. You work harder than just about anyone in the army. Well, I'm glad you think I'm a good cook. Hold on, is that blushing I see? I really do mean it, though. I don't know what we'd do without you. Didn't let me finish. What I was going to say is, all the flattery in the world doesn't excuse theft. Listen, I'm sorry, alright? How about this? I'll set the table before dinner from now on, and I'll help you clean up after too. In return, you look the other way while I sneak a couple early bites. Fine. The second you forget to help, the deal's over. Works for me. So good. It's far more than a couple bites. I'm sorry. So Scarlett's not a good cook, and Chloe is. So I'm interpreting here. Alright, we've got Joseph and Chloe. So yeah, I did a whole bunch of meals with like the initial squad. And I was like, wait, I could just do a whole bunch of these meals on camera and build up rapport like that. Like super easy, super fast by spending gold whenever I feel like doing it. There's no real rush on it. It's not like I'm using these guys in squads together, I don't think. Not all that often. Maybe my fears are unfounded, and yet I believe it best that we investigate, my prince. Be truly certain, if nothing else. As you say, Joseph. Commence the search at once. Shall be done, your highness. Might I help you with something, Chloe? Seem to have been studying our conversation with some intrigue. Oh, it's nothing too important. I just can't help but notice how similar you and His Majesty look at times. That's so. I hardly consider our appearances comparable. Not like that. It's more in your mannerisms, if anything. Things like the way you both put your hand up to your chin when you're deep in thought. I can't say I've noticed such parallels. I suppose it makes sense that His Majesty would take after you, though. Not only did you teach him the blade, of course, but royal etiquette and demeanor as well. Indeed, I've endeavored to guide him in every manner possible these past 10 years. Yet, I often struggled in knowing how to best treat the young prince. A weakness stemming from the fact that I had never raised a child of my own. You say that, but that's exactly what you did with him. Almost like a real father and son. If that be the case, I pray he's not inherited my flaws as well. Don't worry, I haven't noticed any. In either of you, actually. But I will say, it's fun watching the two of you read scouting reports the exact same way. I should think you'd have more important things to focus on amidst our war councils. Oh, I mean, I'm always listening, I swear. Forgive me, Chloe. It was merely a joke. From you, sir? Take it as a symbol of trust if you wish, but do be careful not to grow complacent in our councils, Is that meant to say take it as a symbol of trust? Take it a symbol of trust? Is that a typo? In my video game? Let's see here. In my Unicorn Overlord? I refuse to believe it. Yeah, the facility's not yet been registered. One with Clive here. Over this way. Let's see it. I must say, Chloe, it always pains me to see you burdened by dinner preparations. I may not have much skill in the art of cookery, and I would love to aid you in procuring ingredients if that's alright. You would? That would be great. Though, I have to wonder, how often have you actually bought food for yourself? Almost never, embarrassing as it is to admit. Such matters would always be left to lower-ranking members of my order. Tell me, do you fear I would impede your work rather than expedite it? Oh, not at all. Now come, let's work on your shopping list. Forgive me the wait, my lady. I purchased everything you requested. Clive? What's in the giant saddlebag? Why, the seasonings you asked for, of course. I performed my own calculations based on the recipe you provide, and I believe this should be a sufficient amount. For the next 10 years, maybe. Too much, you mean? It's a failure which brings shame to the very notion of knighthood. Please, it's nothing that dramatic. I can tell you are just eager to help. Here, why don't we get the next set of ingredients together? I thank you for the kindness, Chloe, and I promise I'll not fail you again. How much spice did he get? And at least that's not something that goes bad, right? I don't know. Let's see here. Chloe Travis. Must be over here, it looks like. Let's have a look-see. Travis? Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were reading there. It's more than all right. Do you need something? I did, but is that a new book you have? I'd say I recognize the cover. Oh, yeah. I finished my last one a few days ago, then bought another over in town. I can't exactly haul a library around, though, so I always end up selling my old books to fund the new purchases. But wouldn't you rather at least keep the ones you love? My sister never parts ways with a book herself, even if she doesn't have room on the shelf for it. I don't have enough room on the shelf for my video games at this point, but I'm still finding places to shove them in. Almost forgot you had a sister. But here she's not quite as bloodthirsty as mine. I'll figure out something like really nice game storage wise when I move into my own place. Get like a really nice big shelf with all sorts of games on it. Honestly, I was the same way back at home. I read all my favorites over and over again. Now I just write their names down in my notebook, along with anything else I want to remember about them. And once the war's over, maybe I can start actually building a collection again. I didn't realize they were that important to you, Travis. Yeah, well, I like keeping secrets when I can. Anyway, what was it you wanted to talk about? Oh, right. Dinner will be ready any minute now. Perfect, thanks. Just let me finish this chapter and I'll be right there. So Travis is quite the bookworm, huh? Let's see here. That's the wrong button. That's the map button. What am I doing with my life? Hodrick and Clive want to have a little bit of a chat here. Let's see it. Oh. Your spear work is excellent, Clive. See now why Joseph has placed his trust in you. Ah, Sir Hodrick. It's a great honor to earn such praise from a distinguished member of the Royal Guard. Former member, you mean. You and I stand as equals now. Nothing more. In that case, might you permit me a minor request? What is it? Well, I was wondering if you could instruct me in the art of the spear. Her noble house DuPont is known as home to the foremost experts in the craft, after all. It is also rumored that many of your techniques have never been taught to anyone outside your lineage. I should love to see that mastery in action, if you wouldn't mind. Such is the only way I shall surpass my father, and see that the tragedy which befell my family never again comes to pass. That just forced its way out. Yes, I have no cause to refuse the offspring of a knight as proud and noble as he. Moreover, I imagine there shall be much rejoicing. Got Monty Python, the Holy Grail on the mind. Much for me to learn from you. Much for me to learn from you as well. Now then, the greatest mentor teaches not through words, but action. Also, your spear techniques suck. You're more about defense than damage, man. Precisely what I hope to hear. Let us spar, Sir Hodrick. I only pray you're ready for the storm which approaches. My cry intensifies. Also, that's another one that I think we saw already during the expert mode playthrough. I don't recall, but I think we did. Travis and Bruno have one. So let's see here. This might be the last support conversation. And then back to gameplay. Come on, Travis. Put that book down for a second. Let's have ourselves a good old-fashioned fist fight, yeah? I don't know. You're not so good at pulling your punches, Bruno. That matters. I barely ever hit you. Guess those swings of yours are pretty easy to dodge. Think how good it'll feel when I finally land one, though. You, maybe. I'll just be a broken heap on the ground. It's not quite my idea of fun. Well, you wouldn't know fun if it smacked you across the face. Maybe I'll go ask Elaine instead. He'll spar with me. Can't seriously be thinking about punching a prince. I've got an idea. Why don't you read a book? I mean, with all them wiggly little letters and stuff? Not a chance, pal. Just looking at the thing makes my damn head hurt. Well, it brings me back, you know? Exactly what all the other tricorns used to say, too. No surprise there with guys like us. If it's not sharp and pointy, we're not interested. Your fists aren't sharp and pointy. I mean, when you punch, you can blade your knuckles a little bit. That's what we're taught in Taekwondo, is just like try to blade your fist to focus on your index finger and middle finger knuckles, because less surface area means the same amount of force in a smaller surface. More damage spread over a smaller space. I think that's all the Oh, no, it's not. We have one between Nina and Tatiana right now. Let's have a look-see. It looks like it's over here. Sure. Let's have a look-see. Not again. The nightgown torn to shreds. Something troubling you, Nina. I could feel your night tremors from the next tent over. Forgive me, Tatiana. I suppose I'm just something of a restless sleeper. As you might have noticed from the fact that this is the third nightgown I've ruined this month. Yes, and I worry your tent may be next on the list. Perhaps we should move you a few steps outside of camp from now on, in the interest of safety, that is. Oh, please don't. I couldn't bear having to sleep out on my own like that. How about your medicines, Tatiana? Don't you know anything that can help me? I'm afraid not. If anything, I have the opposite problem myself. I've been told I don't move a single muscle until morning. Take quite shallow breaths all the while. Once, I even awoke to a band of clerics praying over my body out of the belief that I had passed away during the night. Can't imagine that's a pleasant way to start your day, though I'm sure the clerics were just as startled as you. Only we could each be a little bit more like each other. An interesting thought, yes. I have no desire to be anywhere near as needlessly spirited as you. Needless? My spirit is one of the best things about me. Honors times 2. Alright, I think that's all the rapport conversations now. It is not. There's one with Hilda and Magellan real quick. And that is over here. And this is the actual last one. Also, those were the ruins there where I got the journal for this area to get the King's Axe. The King's Axe Dracovish, or whatever it was called. You know, I always wanted my sister to be just like yours. Smart, proper, good dancer. I won't let you take Prim from me if that's what you're asking. Easy, easy. Just making small talk. Growing up, the only people Liz had for role models were fools like me and Aubin. No wonder she's just as rude and crass as us. Maybe even more. Oh, I can't even give her a compliment with her getting all spooked about it. I would bet she's simply too shy to let you know how happy it makes her. Hope so, yeah. More than anything, though, she'd have stayed as far away from this war as possible. I guess I got Aubin to blame for giving her that crossbow, and my own damn self for teaching her how to use it. But that's how life goes in the desert. You don't have a weapon, you're as good as dead. Not that I regret showing her the ropes. It's just, I'll never forgive myself if she don't make it out of this alive. Have you considered telling her that? Sure have. Though I'm betting she'll get all weird about it again when I do. How about you? How about telling Prim how you really feel? Better do it now, you know. Before it's too late, I mean. I don't recall ever asking you for advice. But I see your point. I swear, I'll protect Prim with my very life if I must. But yeah, one thing that I will show quickly at one of the castles here. Like, I can even just do it at this castle. I think I did like a meal briefly during a stream once, but yeah, I'll just pop by quickly.
You want something to eat?
Sure. So, yeah, we've got 250 with this one, but only put in like 2 people. 110 rapport, 80 this way. But you put in like 5 people. I have 5 free meal tickets there. Might as well do this expensive one, right? And build up bond with like poor overview. It is nice how you can check this. Sure, you two. Here, let's sure. Exquisite Fraisier cake. I'm pretty sure these free meal tickets are limited. And whenever something is finite in a game, I try to not use them. But it's just gonna prompt me every single time. And there's gonna be a time that I want to just spam going through this here. So like, may as well go through it. Oh, I have to keep on pressing A.
I'm stuffed.
They made the food actually look really good in this game.
Come back next time you're hungry.
So yeah, I can, alright, let's do this one last rapport conversation now. This is what we'll do. So yeah, using meals, you can build up really fast. It is nice that there's a way where it's like, hey, just use like all this gold that you've been grinding at and, just get all the rapport conversations done that you want. Or just the rapport levels for those that you have in squads together. Like, it's really handy. This wonderful smell. Oh, perfect timing, Elaine. Is that a pie you have there? Yep. I was thinking we could all eat it together. You know, actually relax instead of keeping ourselves so wound up all the time. And don't worry, the recipe's not mine. We got Chloe to thank for that one. Though I couldn't help but remember the way my mom always used to make it too. It was a pleasant memory, indeed. Not a week would go by that she didn't indulge our sweet tooths with some manner of homemade confectionery. All she sought in exchange was that we forage for berries in the nearby woods. A task we often carried out without even needing to be asked, all in hopes of another delicious bite. I didn't think I made that much of an impression on you, but there really was nothing better than some fresh baked pie after a hard day of training. Anyway, here, let me know if I did her justice, yeah? I suppose I wouldn't mind a taste. Lux, this is wonderful. The subtle dusting of sugar perfectly complements the tartness of the berries, while the flaky crust ties together the entire ensemble. It's just as I remember it. That's what I was hoping you'd say. I was getting kind of nervous for a second there. But if you say it's good, then I'm surely everyone else will like it too. That's not how English works. That's another typo. Should be sure to offer a slice to Joseph and Chloe as well. I'm certain they'll cherish the experience just as much as I have. The thoughts of Palavia and of our time spent with your mother. The implications here for a hot second, like the jokes that can be made. Huh? What's wrong, Elaine? It feels strange somehow. Ugh. I told me to add some wine to the filling for a bit of extra flavor. But maybe I shouldn't pour the whole bottle in after all. Speaking of tart berries, some of my Hascat plants are just beginning to make the beginning of little berries. They're still mostly covered in flowers. And I've got a whole bunch of bugs on these. Really sucks. So I'm gonna have to try and get those off somehow. But yeah, I've got tiny little berries. So yeah, I wanted to recruit that next archer that was at the top left there. I've already have Eltolind. Apparently Raelinor is to the left there. And then yeah, we have all these Dudos more to the right. So there probably isn't going to be another recruit here. I wouldn't think. So this is probably a fair game of a map to do. Right? Well, I passed 40 hours on this file. Probably. Elaine and Eltolin witness Gaily fleeing into the forest. Ah, mustache man! Guy with the sick mustache. Fleeing into the forest in the direction of Arvelda, the divine tree of Elheim and the protector of all elven kind. Fearing the worst, liberation gives chase. Yeah, if I do these story ones, it should unlock more of the world to do stuff at. And then do that later quest that gets me the recruit that I'm looking for next, right? Let's begin this stage.